Hey y'all, it's Claudia with Crazy Island Studios. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I only have a few minutes because PG&E is coming out, and PG&E is our electric company if you guys don't live where that's the electric company. Coming out today to, well, they came out and looked at our house. Now they're coming out to help us like make it more efficient. They're gonna come. Oh, my chair is so loud, I'm sorry. They're gonna come and like seal our doors, like put new weather stripping and replace a couple of broken windows, things like that for us. Morning coffee. I'm stuck at McDonald's because I haven't been in the grocery store yet. So when the guy comes, I'm going to cut off whatever I'm saying short, and then I'll come back and try and keep track of where I was. So this video might be a little weird. I don't know, but I was determined to get started on it. So what I have going on. Well, y'all know I'm working on this girl. Oh, there she is. This girl, planning on coloring her in, painting her in with my Montana markers. But I did a test, if I can find it. I can't. It's all stuck. I did just a little bit of like a test of how the markers will react because I'm going to need to blend them with my fingers a little bit, I'm sure. Or paintbrush or whatever, but I like my fingers. So I did a little bit of a test on just the straight paper in my journal that I drew her on, and it caused the paper to, like, you know how paper gets when it gets wet and then it pills up? It did that. So I don't know if this is going to work. I'm not confident. I'm really not. I'm almost tempted to draw a really small face and try it first because she's big. She's big. And I hate to ruin her because the sketch turned out cute, and thankfully I have nothing on the other side of her, so if I need to rip this page out because it turns out terrible, it won't be the end of the world. So maybe I'll just try it on her. But what I did to try and help with that is I applied a couple layers of matte medium over the top of the entire page. That way it'll all react the same to paint. But I really wanted to do her face because then the paper will be less absorbent, and I'm hoping that's going to help the paint sit on top of the matte medium, that would create the barrier that would help my paper from sucking up the paint, because workable fixative might do that. I didn't, on my test, I did it on straight paper. On her, I definitely sprayed her with workable fixative so that I wouldn't get the pencil marks and all that, you know, smeared all over. So I didn't try it on that, but I still just wasn't confident. So I went ahead and applied a couple layers of matte medium to provide a barrier between the paper and my paint. And if you've ever done a glaze over paper that you have collaged down, and I use matte medium most of the time for my collage, and you can see that on my butterflies page video. Maybe I'll put a link in it for you here. I don't know if you can tell anymore because there's so many layers, but when I did this page, which is if nothing, it says if nothing ever changed, there'd be no butterflies. I think that's the title of the video. I'll try to put a link for this video. If you just want to see how matte medium and paint react differently. This one I did straight paper and I collaged directly onto it, and then I did a glaze, and then you wipe it off. And you can see the different absorbencies, like where you put the glaze on the straight paper, it's very much more vibrant, whereas where it went over every part that the matte medium touched, not just on the paper, but as far as I spread it out past the paper, you can definitely tell it's a lot lighter because the matte medium provides just a little bit of a resist. So if you're, you know, playing with mediums or whatever, that's something to take into consideration. If you want your entire page to be the same tone or the same color and not have a darker or lighter area, you definitely want to apply the matte medium or your Collage Podge or Mod Podge, whatever you're using for your collage glue, to the entire page if you're planning on putting something over the top like that that might react differently to the raw paper versus the paper where you've actually applied the medium. So just a little tip. So that's what I'm hoping. So I haven't worked on her yet. I did those layers and I let it dry. And then I decided to go back a page because I work kind of randomly in my journal. I just open a page. So last night I started something, just playing around on my couch, and I didn't record it because I suck. I just was messing around and I didn't know if I was going to do anything. And this is not something that you really needed to see. Except that I don't have an example of the little squeezy bottle. Oh, yes I do. Okay. So what I did is this mess, which is a mess right here because I apparently got too much paint, and when I set it on my table, it started to like flow and it made a big puddle. So I had to clean it off. And thankfully the washi tape didn't absorb all of it, and it was easy to get off of the washi tape pretty well and redo it. And it was looking for something really messy and kind of junky anyway, so it didn't really like break my heart that this happened. But this is what I'm working on right now. I don't do journal pages with negative space. My journal pages are full. Like, this is the most negative space that I leave on a journal page. Like, my journal pages are just, they're just full, like to the edge. It's just what I do for the most part, and like I cover the page completely. So I'm just doing a little trial to see if I can do something with a little negative space. So I've done just some washi tape. I stuck down random pieces of washi tape, and then I went over with watered down acrylic, and it's not watered down with water. It is cut with airbrush medium. Can you see that? Airbrush medium, because it's acrylic. And if you put too watery of an acrylic that has been watered down, the molecules aren't close enough together to bind when the water evaporates and the paint dries. And it can peel off of first layer. So since this is on raw paper especially, it could peel off or scratch off if the molecules don't bind properly in overly watered down acrylics. So I mixed in these little this one's full of alcohol, but I have these little squeezy bottles with these fine tips. There we go. That I purchased at my art store, and I'm sure you could probably find these at Michael's or online or something. And I put a little bit of fluid acrylic, and then I filled them with airbrush medium to make something resembling inks, because I love inks and I have them, like, you know, I have my inks. They're great. They're not permanent. It says their permanence is 3 stars. What that means is it's pretty good, but if you start wiping over them, which I have done, I don't have that journal in here, doggone it. I did a light girl, and I put black ink drops all around the page. And then when I brushed on my varnish, some of those heavy, thick black ink blobs bled a little bit and smeared. So that was why when I made my own to have on the creating on the couch, instead of having to buy other bottles of inks, I just bought these and a bottle of airbrush medium, make my own, that I could just squeeze out, and then they're fine enough that I could almost, you know, like, not necessarily, maybe write maybe I could write with them. They're pretty thin and free flowing, but I could definitely like messy doodle with them, which is what I did here. And because they're acrylic, they're permanent. Like, I can paint over top of them and I don't have to worry about the black bleeding, which I would have to do with ink, because I almost when I fixed this, I sopped it up and I wiped it up, and then I didn't have my little squeezy bottle in my studio. It's on the couch because it's in my couch bag. And so I almost grabbed my ink and started to do it, and then I thought, oh, I'm going to paint over this, so I definitely ought to not do that. So I went back and I got my little acrylic squeezy bottle. But this is what I'm working on, and I'm working on negative space. I don't know what I'm planning on doing in here yet, something, and I'll probably color in all of these flowers, maybe not these ones that are on the cool washi tape, but we'll see. And then I'm going to try and leave around these far corners and the outside negative space. At the worst, I might put text. I'm not sure yet what I'm doing, but that's my goal, because I'm not huge on the whole. I like the look of the simplistic ones where they have something that just, you know, just comes across the center horizon line of the page and maybe a little vertical, and then it's all negative space. I like the way it looks to look at, but I don't love creating it. So as you can see, mine has very little negative space, but I am working on doing something with a little bit of it. So that's what I'm working on. I'll show you the finished product. I'm sorry I didn't record it. I don't know why. I usually record everything I do, but I was actually supposed to be making my husband something to eat, and I got distracted, and I just started playing with washi tape. I just got this brilliant idea in my head all of a sudden to try this, so I did. My lighting looks really strange. I have like these weird shiny reflections. My face is not oily. I don't know why. I have these weird shiny reflections. But I do, and I guess that's just the way of it. Okay, so I have the sniffles. You know, my eyes haven't watered in a video until I came in here. I'm wondering if it's because the ceiling fan's on, but like, and I didn't do my eye drops the last few days. My wonderful eye drops, which seem to be helping, so I'll try and do that while I'm like in the gap that will be 1 second for you guys, but might be an hour or two for me in the rest of this video. So I was looking, and oh gosh, I can't remember your name. I hate it when this happens. I think it's Karina. I think it's Karina who just joined our Krazy Island family group over on Facebook. If you're not a part of the Krazy Island family group page on Facebook, you ought to be. It's a lot of fun. I have a couple people who literally created a Facebook account just to do a few art friends on Facebook, because everybody's so active over there that they don't really have any of their personal friends. They don't tell anybody they have a Facebook. They just use it to communicate with the art community, which is pretty cool. So if you're up to that, I know some of you refuse to do Facebook, and you know, cool beans for you, that's fine. No judgment, no judgment. But if you have a Facebook and you're at all interested, you ought to join this group. I have been hearing great things about it from people who are on it, who say that it's better and more supportive and just more family-like, I guess, more amazing than any other group that they're a part of. Which, you know, I think the other groups are cool. I'm a member of a couple other groups, and I definitely don't feel the personal connection that I'm feeling in the Krazy Island family. It's definitely a personal connection, and if that's something you're looking for, you definitely want to head over there and join. It is a lot of fun, and everybody's so incredible. Everybody's so incredible there, you know, and they're nice to newbies. So if you're new and you are not confident with your work, you can post it there safely and know that people will be kind to you. There are no negative comments allowed. You have to be nice to be in the group, or I'll delete your stuff. And if you actually got mean, I'd probably delete you from the group, but that's not even close to happening. Right now I have no worries about that, because everybody's just so incredibly awesome and supportive, and they are only allowed to give you ideas and suggestions to improve your work if you ask for it. Otherwise, they're just going to tell you what you did right. So, but you are allowed to ask for critique. And I changed the rules up just a little bit, because originally I had stated that you couldn't post any of your pay sites, but I didn't think that was like, my paint is sticking. I want to flip my journal over so that this paint, this is still very fresh paint, is sticking to my mat. I had originally set it up to discourage pay sites and such, but my intent was not to prevent you as members from posting links to like your Etsy shop, and one of them has an eBay shop, or your videos or your blogs or whatever that might have advertisement for your stuff. That was not really my intention. My intention was to keep like spammy type people, or people who strictly just want to use that group as a forum to reach a bunch of artsy people with their stuff that they want to sell. Yeah, I'm stumbling over my words. That was not my intent. That was my intent, was to keep like spammy people and people who are strictly just looking for a place to post like advertisements for their work or try to sell their work, but without being actually a part of the community. But for those of you who are very active in the community, or even moderately active in the community, if you want to come over and post links to your YouTube channel, I am all about the support. Somebody finally asked, and I should have thought to do this, for everybody to put links to their YouTube channels and their Etsy shops all in one set of comments, which is cool. And I might need to make like a page for that specifically so everybody can go find all the links. And I'll look into that, because I like that you guys are supporting each other's artsy endeavors. I like that you're supporting mine. I appreciate each and every one of you who've taken my courses, because that helps me be able to keep doing all this for free for you guys, and I have to make a living, so I appreciate that, but you guys do too, you know, or you want to just support your art supply habit, you know, maybe you want to sell some of your stuff just so you can buy your art supplies, and I think that's really cool, and I want to support that. So yeah, anyhow, that's I guess probably enough on that. As far as the Facebook group goes, I did want to let you guys know that I cannot keep up with all of the comments. And if I try to like every photo that I look at, and I do attempt to comment on every photo of your work, because I am interested. I'm very interested in what you guys are doing. So I do my best. If I've missed you, it's not because I haven't tried to find you. It's just, I think I've got everybody. I think if you have stuff up there and I haven't commented on it, I don't know, send me an email with it. I don't know, because I think I've commented on everybody's photos so far that you've posted on Facebook, on the group. But I can't keep up with all the comments. It's not humanly possible. Because there's like 200 of you and one of me as of right now, and the numbers are creeping up every day of you know, new members, which is cool. I think it's so much fun, and the more people that are there, the more support we can give each other, so I like that a lot. But I can't keep up with all of your comments, so because there could be 45 comments on every photo, or 10 or 5, and it adds up, so I can't follow up. So that being said, if there's something that you specifically want me to see in a comment, or if you're responding to something that I said in a comment, or agreeing with, whatever, make sure you tag me. You know, make sure you write in my name and it turns up blue, you know, for non-techie people. I think it's blue, right? You start typing in a name and it pops up. Make sure that it does that. Don't just, you know, write Claudia and keep going, because I won't see it. I can't go in. I have to. I get hundreds, and I do mean hundreds, of updates on my Facebook, yeah, just on my Facebook. Like, there's not very many right now because I checked in with you all. Notifications, that's the right word. I checked in with you all recently, so I only have a couple, but I get hundreds of notifications every day, and I cannot stop everything and look at them. The weekends and stuff, whenever I'm just hanging out and I'm taking time off, like on Sundays whenever I don't really do much, that's a great day for me to catch up on those. But I can't do it all the time. So if there's something you want me to see, want me to respond to, if you have a question or something and you want my opinion, although you'll get a lot of opinions, which is awesome, because some of these ladies, they got some great ideas, better than me. Oh, and man, we have one man. We would love more men, we would. So just make sure that you tag me if you want me to see a specific comment that you're making, and a lot of you already do that, and I appreciate it, because it helps me know if you're talking to me. It helps me know that you're talking to me, because like I said, I just can't follow every single comment, or I would just spend all day looking at Facebook notifications, and y'all want me to make some art sometimes for you guys. So if I'm gonna do that, yeah, I have to moderate, you know, I have to be a little bit more moderate with myself and allow. PG&E guys here, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It has actually been a few days since I stopped this recording to finish it. Yeah, crazy. Stuff just happened, you know, does stuff just happen to you like that? Stuff doesn't normally happen to us. Like, I'm gonna tell you the story. It got kind of crazy around here. It got really crazy around here shortly after I spoke to you all last. Yeah, and I promised Kathy that I would tell the story, so I'm gonna tell you what happened. We're having morning coffee, and it's not really like early morning anymore, and my ice is almost gone, and I can't seem to get the coffee down. I'm trying. I'm having a bit of a tummy ache today. I don't know what's wrong. I'm really nauseous. So I'm trying really hard not to throw up on camera, because throwing up on camera will not be fun for you. No, not fun for you. And then I'd have to clean my whole workstation, so that would suck. So, yeah, since last night, I don't know why, just super super nauseous. So I'm going to see if I can get through this video. And then I have another video to record right afterwards because I went shopping because after all the drama that happened the other day, I decided that I needed some retail therapy. So, yeah, it's not my fault. Somebody mentioned cool stuff at, Tuesday morning, so I had to go see if they had cool stuff at mine, and oh my gosh, yeah, it was a little bad. Okay, so let me tell you my story. So I told y'all that the PG&E guys were coming. It's not really like PG&E, which is Pacific Gas and Electric. It's our gas and electric company. It's like an affiliate program that they do, and so like some contractors came by. Did you hear that big truck? I'm sorry, it's loud. My window's open because it's hot. It's hot. So they came out, really nice guys. These guys were really nice. They came out, they do this program where they come out and help you if your PG&E bill's kind of high, which ours is really high because there's a lot of people who live here, and we work from home, or there's a lot of people who are home, so there's always somebody here, so nothing is ever off, and we do a lot of laundry and, you know, just that kind of stuff. So they come out to help you out and like weather strip your windows in your door, or weather strip your doors anyways, and help you out with some high efficiency lighting, things like that. Nice guys came out. While they were here, they found a gas leak, a small one, out by our meter, which is outside of our house. And so then they had to call the actual, like, PG&E, the gas company, to come out and fix it. So the guy came out and fixed it, and then like all hell broke loose. I don't know, like this never happened. This is not my life. This is not how things are usually around here. We're very chill, relaxed, go with the flow kind of people around here. This was off the charts unusual for my house. So the guy who's here takes our meter ring off, like we have round meters and they have a ring around them, this thing, and apparently it looked tampered with to him. Last person who touched it was the last guy who came out to fix some wiring, had like some bad connections, and so they came out and repaired them from the gas and electric company. So it wasn't like we did it, they did it. And he comes and he's talking, but he's basically accusing my husband of tampering with his meter and attempting to steal power. Which of course gets my husband's back up just a little bit. You know, you don't accuse somebody of stealing, because if we were trying to steal power, would we still be paying these ridiculous bills? No. My bill would be like $50 a month if I was stealing power. So yeah, so he kind of got my husband a little upset, and he's out there talking about putting this locking ring, or I don't know, some kind of anti-theft device to prevent us from stealing. And it was just kind of ugly. And hold on, my eyes are watering because I put my eye drops in, so it should stop shortly. But my ceiling fan, my ceiling fan is on right, blowing at me, and I just used my allergy drop, so I'm hoping that my eyes will dry up at least at some point during this video, and I'll stop having watery eyes. But so they go outside talking about it, and the guy has taken our meter off our house, so we have no power right now. And then he starts threatening that he's going to take the meter because they own it and they can do whatever they want, and they're going to leave us without power, basically, which is just not okay. So I guess my husband went to pick up the meter because he's an electrician. He'll just plug it back in. It's not that hard. It's just the meter. It's not, like, I don't know. So he goes to pick it up, and the guy like flings the meter into his truck and shoves my husband. So my husband shoved him back. He did. He shoved him back. The only problem is, you know, the guy fell down when he shoved him. My husband's a big guy. I know you guys have seen a few pictures and he doesn't look like it, but he's pretty muscular. He's a big, strong guy. And so, like, it's kind of crazy. This little PG&E guy decided to try and pick a fight. Pick an actual physical fight. My husband is not a fighter. He's a big guy and he could hurt people, and therefore he's not a fighter. It's just not in his nature. He's definitely, he's a nice guy. It's not in his nature. But, you know, you can only get pushed so far, and getting physically pushed on your property, I guess, you know, got him to push back. And the guy, he told him, he finally just get off my property. Just get off my property, go. The guy dropped everything and like ran, like got in his truck and drove away, drove down the street and called the police. Wanted to file charges against my husband, like he hit him. I don't know what he did. But he ended up with like some kind of a scratch on his face or something. My husband's like, I didn't touch his face. I pushed him. You know, he pushed me, I pushed him. And now he wants to press charges. Like, he wants to have my husband arrested. Arrested. Like, you pushed him first. I don't know. It was just nuts. So then the police were here. And while the police were here talking to us, the PG&E guys are over on the side of our house. They not only removed our power meter, but they removed our gas meter. They were basically about to leave our house with no way to cook or preserve our food. I was a little upset at this point. They wanted to leave with no power, no gas. Thought they were just going to drive away and that would be okay. Leave us with a phone number to call. I called that phone number, like, right then. And you know, nobody ever called me back. So, it's a good thing we got this all worked out. So, yeah, we had to go out there and then throw another big fit. And, like, you can't do that. Like, legally, you cannot leave a home with children in it without power and without gas. You can't do it. And, well, y'all know I'm feeling in the mood to retaliate right now. So, I was like, there's no way. I will call everybody I gotta call. They'll be out here. They'll be out here. I'm going to take you. This is not okay. And, like, it's not like you could just call someone else. You know, it's not like, oh, I don't like how Walmart treated me. I can shop at Target. It's not like that. You have one gas or electric company in your area. You're kind of stuck with them. So, yeah, we had to, like, throw this big fit. And there's, like, 3 PG&E trucks and 2 police cars and all these people in my house. It's drama central. Not how I like to live my life. It was crazy. It was crazy. Like, oh, never had anything like that happen before. Never. Like, this, I see this stuff on TV. This is not my world. This is not my world. Maybe, you know, back in my 20s when I was kind of bad, yeah, I could see this kind of thing happening, but not now. Not now. I'm a grown up. I got kids. I got a grandchild on the way. This is ridiculous. They actually have told us that from now on, if anybody from the electric company has to come out and do any work, they will have to have a sheriff's escort. An escort because of an incident. I'm like, don't send that crazy guy out who wants to shove my husband. It was nuts. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Like, I seriously thought they were going to take my husband to jail. We were like, no, he's going to press charges. My husband's like, he pushed me, I pushed him. We both were wrong. Just, you know, shake hands and say I'm sorry and move on because neither one of us as grown men should have been shoving the other. And, like, he's reasonable. And no, it's like, but if he wants to press charges, I'm pressing charges. And we can go before a judge and be like, we got arrested for shoving. That's why we're here. Shoving. So, yeah, it was kind of nuts. Like, drama. So, of course, I spent all that time pretty much on my feet. And y'all know I just had surgery a couple weeks ago. So, I was really tired. And my hips and my back were just killing me by the time all this was over. We're talking hours. This was not a quick thing that just was over and done with quickly. It was hours. They were probably here for like 3 hours dealing with this. It was just crazy. I mean, thankfully we got power and gas back on. And, you know, they just had some people out here, I don't know, with like big attitudes and being rude. And even the police officer, one of them was like a big jerk. It was just crazy. And I try to have respect for police officers. I do. They have a scary job. You know, I really do. I respect what they do. But don't be a jerk at my house. You know, we didn't really do anything. And the last time they were at my house is because somebody broke into my car. Like, we don't get in trouble. We don't do anything bad. You know, we're not aggressive people. Oh, please, no. So, yeah, it was nuts. And so then I was tired and sore. And then it was open house for my daughter's school. So I had to go to my daughter's junior high and walk all over that campus. She had 2 classes that were in the same area. Every other class was over here and over there and over there and over here in the far corners of this campus. I don't know how she does it every day. I don't know. But I was so beat by the time I got home, and then we had to cook dinner. And my husband helped. He started dinner, but he's not accustomed to cooking. So I got home and had to help finish dinner. So yeah, like by the time that was over, of course I took a pain pill. My hips and my back were screaming. I could barely stand up. It was horrible. So then the next day, I didn't do a whole lot. See, I'm trying to get my footrest here. I didn't do a whole lot the next day because I wasn't feeling so hot after the day before. So I never got this video finished. And then yesterday I had an appointment to go to my older daughter's cosmetology school and let her give me a manicure and a pedicure, which, okay. And so then of course I decided to go shopping while I was out in that area. So I got my nails done. Aren't they pretty? I really like dark nail polish on short nails. I really do. It's not black. I don't know if you could see. It's not black. It's like a really deep plum color. I don't go with black, full on black. I just like the ones that look really dark. And then my toes are bright pink. Totally opposite of each other. It's really kind of funny. But, you know, that's how I is. So, yeah, so I was talking to you guys about Facebook and my inability to keep up with every single comment. I've been doing pretty good, but not all of them. So I just wanted to make sure that you all know, if you want me to see it, if you're responding to something I said, please just make sure to tag my name so it comes up blue and I'll get notification that somebody responded. So I'll make sure to check it. Or, of course, always send me a private message. Whatever you want to do. I do want to see the ones where you're commenting. Don't feel bad like you're overwhelming me and you shouldn't tag me because then it's just one more. I like it. So please, I just can't follow everybody who's talking to each other all the time. I will still try and, you know, glance at those. But definitely, if you are responding to something I said or want to say something to me, please tag me so I don't miss it. That's why I'm asking, not because I'm not going to look at it. I just want you guys to make sure that I get to see it. That's all. So that's what I was talking to you about. And then I was stiff leg. I used all my allergy stuff. I swear I'm allergic to my studio because if I was sitting in there recording this on the couch, I'd probably be fine. It's so strange. So, okay. I'm a little nauseous. I don't like it. I don't like it. I really want to just like chug my coffee to give me some more energy. But I'm so nauseous. I don't like it. After this, I'm going to eat some crackers, so hopefully I'll feel better. But I was also going to talk to you guys about a Ning site. If you're not familiar with Ning, it is a place where I can create my own social network, kind of like my own Facebook site for you guys that will be more personalized. Like I can personalize it a lot better and have a place to put links to my workshops. I'm hoping a page where we can all post our links to our Etsy stores and YouTube channels, things like that. So I wanted to ask you guys how many of you would be willing to follow me on a Ning site. I'd like to start, it's where I wanted to host my courses. For those of you who've taken my courses, that's where I wanted to host them before I did them over at Udemy, but Ning upgraded their service to a new, I don't know, 3.0 they call it. And they don't include paid access right now, so I can't create like a page. This is what I had hoped, was to create a page or a group or whatever within the site, my site, that would be strictly for a course, and then you could charge to access that, and then I could, you know, be able to access everything in one place. It would kind of be like my blog, my Facebook, or my social network, plus my courses. Everything could be in there together. So far, they haven't added it yet, but I think it's supposed to come this summer, and I might try it for another course. I know a lot of people who've used it before. I've taken courses on the Ning site before, and I liked them. They're great. But I don't know. I may still use Udemy. I may do both. I don't know. But I'm hoping that some of you will let me know if you're willing to go there. And some of you who don't want to have anything to do with Facebook, and there's a few of you, maybe you'd be willing to go to a Ning site. You just create an account to join my site, not to join where everybody can necessarily look you up. It's not like that. It's a little more private, and it's more mine, you know. So I'm thinking about doing that. Actually, I'm pretty certain I'm going to do that. I recorded this video before right after that night, like when I was exhausted, I recorded this video, believe it or not, and I pretty much talked myself into the Ning site. And then whenever I transferred the video, I don't know what happened, but it was gone, which is probably good because I was fresh from everything that had happened with the drama, and it was a really long story that you didn't really probably want to hear about. And I was I was just dragging myself along because I was so tired by the end of that day. And I had taken a pain pill, so I was a little loopy. Yeah, it's probably best that I lost that footage because it was not pretty. Not pretty. So pretty much though, I talked myself into the Ning site. That happens all the time. When I come on here to talk to you guys about something and get your opinion, I kind of start talking about it and I realize I really like the idea. So, I mean, I have to pay for a Ning site. It's not free. I have to pay for it. But I think I might try it and see how it goes. And I'm hoping that a lot of you, especially all of you who follow me on Krazy Island Family, will transfer over okay. It just seems like it might be a better forum for us and I can put more personalization into it. That's what I'm hoping for. So I'm going to work on that in the near future and let you guys know when it's up and running. But I'd love to know if you guys would be willing. I mean, how many of you are like, no, there's no way, I'll never go to that site. And some of you who might, or some of you who don't like Facebook might like somewhere else that they can go. I'd still like to keep that community, the Krazy Island community that we have going on in the Krazy Island family group. So awesome. I'd like to expand that maybe in the Ning forum. So I'm going to look into that. But I think that's everything that I had wanted to talk to you about. I can't really remember and I didn't make a good list. So I'm yawning. So sorry. So I am going to get to work. I have my flowers course that I have been planning on doing that just like was at a dead stop because of the surgery, and then I lost part of the video, so I have to try and catch that back up and get that figured out. So I have some stuff to do. I'm way behind a lot of you on the Hannah Montana project, and I'm the one who started it, so I should probably get some pages done. So I need to work on that. And I need to work on the girl that I plan on doing with the Montana markers. I need to work on this page that I started. I have a lot going on that I really need to get my behind to work. But I still need to do my little haul video, which is coming up next. I'll record that next. So for now, oh, and I haven't had a chance to stop by my P.O. box. I was going to do that today, but because I really wasn't feeling well, my husband, bless his heart, he said that he would take my daughter to school, and I usually stop by over there because she's not that far from it. And so he took her, and so I didn't go to see what postcards that I have in there. So I'm going to do that. I'm waiting to open Kathy's little happy mail, and I still haven't opened it or peeked at all. I'm being good. But I want to, so I need to go to my post office box so I can get all whatever postcards might be in there so I can show them all at once. So, yeah, hopefully I'll get there. Maybe this afternoon on the way to go pick her up, I'll go swing by and see if there's anything and I can get another video recorded. And at some point there will be art, not just talk or art supplies, because you gotta be getting tired of just seeing my face. Want to see my station. And I'm working in the studio, so I'm excited about that because I haven't done a lot of it in a long time. So I'm ready to get back in here and get to work. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get to work. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to answer my questions. I forget what they were. I know it was one about the Ning side and then something else, but I can't remember. So if I asked a question, answer it down below in the comments. If I forgot to ask the question, I guess it wasn't that important. Or I'll remember later and I'll do it in the next video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my videos and not miss anything. Make sure to click the thumbs up. Let me know that you like my videos. I appreciate it very much. Any way that you want to contact me, my post office box address, email address, Facebook groups, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff down below in the description box are links to all of that. I love hearing from you guys, so please make sure you comment to me. I appreciate it so much, and I will see y'all soon. Bye.